Hello, and thank you for coming in to spend a few minutes with us to discuss Customer Service 101, using some common sense ideas and techniques to provide great and superior customer service at your store's facility. As I'm sure a lot of you know, part of customer service is addressing customer complaints, obviously, when they happen, and doing a good job with that. But really, a real self-store professional knows that really superior customer service does not necessarily mean being good at addressing problems, or what we used to euphemistically call customer service opportunities. It's really about not having those come up at all, because we are proactive in how we run a facility, how we operate it, and keep up with it, to where those type of things just don't happen. It's better for people to take for granted that we don't have customer service issues, because we do take care of things before they become issues, than to always be trying to react and be firemen putting out fires. So that's really what the professional self-storage operator does, is they kind of stop customer service issues before they ever happen by really using some professional ideas and tips we're going to talk about today. Really think about your facility and what are the customer's expectations. What do customers expect from your facility? If you really will condition yourself to start thinking like a customer when you operate your facility, you'll really start then making choices that are attractive to customers and maximize the value of your services. And really, the ultimate goal here is to maximize the income, increase the facility value, and really grow your reputation as a self-store professional because of the way that you handle those types of issues. So think about what you're providing for your customers. What are their expectations? For example, most of you have some kind of security system there. That's a big part of the self-storage environment now. So you've got to make sure that you're keeping those cameras and monitors and recording devices operating. I go into a lot of facilities and something's always seems to be broken. The recorder's been broke down for a month. We haven't got around to fixing it. So again, you've got to address those type of things. If you committed to provide a secure environment, we need to address those things immediately and not let them linger and again become customer service issues. What about your restrooms? Some of the complaints are sometimes just not being clean. If you're going to provide customer use restrooms, which most of you do, then we need to make sure they're kept clean and well stocked. That doesn't seem like too much to ask, but we audit a lot of facilities, and sometimes that is a problem at facilities. Lights and hallways and elevators, are they in good working condition? I've been in hallways that were so dark because ballasts were out that no wonder nobody wanted to be down there. Again, a simple change of a ballast, sometimes a simple change of a light bulb, goes a long way towards letting your customers know that you care, and that eliminates sometimes an issue there. What about if you rent trucks? Do you keep your rental truck clean and full of gas, or is every time somebody goes to rent it, it's down a quarter of a tank, it's off, it's dirty, it's got cups in it? Again, you've got to think about the expectations of your customers. And what are you providing? What about your hours? Are you consistently open? But what will your hours say? I go to facilities that are supposed to be at 9, pull up at 9:15 and nobody's there yet. Or you get there and somebody's gone for an hour at lunch. Again, we got to go take an hour for lunch, but there should be a sign to let people know that. The other thing I'd let you know, this is a little minor thing, but instead of leaving a note on your door that says back in 15 minutes, put a note that says I'll be back at 10:15 or whatever time, so that somebody walks up there knows how much longer they have to wait. If it just says back in 15 minutes, that note could have been there an hour. They don't know that. So let people know from a better customer service standpoint what's going on. What about the promises and returning phone calls? A lot of customer service issues become bigger issues simply because we don't return phone calls and we don't do what we said we would do. We really need to learn how to under promise and over deliver. Let's do more than what we said we would do, not less, because that will cut down a lot of things. What about leaks fixed and doors repaired in a timely manner? Things do happen and people are understanding of that, but what they're not very understanding of is when we don't fix it in a hurry. I've seen accounts that had customer service issue discounts or credits for months and months on end because a leak hasn't been fixed yet or their door hasn't been fixed yet. Look, let's get that stuff fixed. Let's eliminate those kind of issues. What about your rental process? I've sat through enough lease presentations in stores to feel uncomfortable because it was so long and onerous the way we made it. You got to keep in mind, a lot of your customers, in fact, a large percentage of your customers are renting storage because something happened. Something probably stressful. They're moving, they're storing, somebody got married, someone was died, someone was born, they're moving, they're downsizing, something happened. Let's not add to that stress and that drama by making the process so uncomfortably long and laborious, and I've seen that happen. Think about your process. You need to get your stuff done and the legal parts done, but let's make sure we're doing it right and we're not adding to the drama that we don't need to. A big part of being a great customer service provider in the self-store environment is to really be a good listener. If you really start getting a habit of listening to your customers, they will tell you what they think. They'll tell you what they think is important and why and what they say is important. If you really listen to what they're saying, you'll find out that you can address a lot of customer service issues. Because if you have a few customers that are telling you something, the fact is most people will never say anything, and they just left it unsaid, and then they remain unhappy. They don't give you referrals and all the things that happen. So be listening. Let's become better listeners than we are talkers, and will make a big difference. Really listening will really put you in a better position to effectively identify and develop a plan that will ultimately provide the best service. And that's ultimately our goal, is to provide the best service in town in any other store facility, and we'll do that if we listen to our customers. A big part of providing good customer service and really great customer service is to learn how to smile more. I find that people on the phone particularly have a hard time smiling. And let's think about it. Most of us, if you call someplace at a business, you know that the people there are not smiling, that you know they don't like what they do. And frankly, none of us like being around people who are not happy, that are not friendly. If you don't like being at your job, well, nobody's going to want to be there either. Your customers don't want to be there. So let's learn to start smiling more. Let's try to catch a smile. Let's try to get laughs out of people. Let's try to have a personality. People really do like, and it's proven over and over and over, they want to do business with people that are friendly and that know how to smile. And really let people know you're there to help. Keep in mind, our primary responsibility here is that we are storage solution providers. Whatever their storage solution is, we are going to provide that to our best of our ability. So really, no matter what they need or what they're looking for, I can help you with that. That should be our natural response, and then figure out how to fix it or how to deal with it. We really want our customers to know what we really care, and we're willing to help. Ask good questions. Again, we talked about listening, but when you ask those questions, make sure you listen. When you're really trying to figure out what somebody needs and what the customer service issue really is, ask good questions. The only way you can really solve a problem or solve a solution is to really listening. And really you will establish more sincerity if you listen to what they're looking for and what can solve their problem, and not try to overthink it, not try to think over what they're saying, not try to talk over what they're saying, but really listen and pay attention. It'll make a big difference. We've really got to get better about under-promising and over-delivering. We tell people too many things because we think that's what they want to hear, and then we don't follow up with what we're going to say. Providing great customer service really means doing what you promise and then doing more than you promise. Do more than what the customer thought, because any sting there might have been over a customer service issue will quickly go away when the fact is they realize that you take it seriously and you do more than they really thought you could do. We need to learn how to do things quicker, better, cheaper, and higher quality than they ever expected. If we tell somebody we'll do something, let's do it better, quicker, let's get it done, and really show them that we really do mean what we say. If you do get customer service complaints, because again, you can do everything right and still get complaints, but so if you get them, there's some tips here of how to deal with them. First of all, they have to be dealt with sympathetically, calmly, and promptly. Let's listen, let's understand what the problem is, and do it in a calm way, not take it personal, and then deal with it quickly. If you really follow these standards, which is a very basic, common, simple standard to follow, you'll really diffuse whatever feelings they may have had of either disappointment or anger and embarrassment. You may not be able to make whatever the issue is go away, but you certainly can help make it better, because you were willing to listen, you did it calmly, and you dealt with it promptly. Here's some customer service tips if you really want to provide really the best customer service experience for your customers. Again, listen. Listen calmly and empathetically. Don't interrupt people. Don't look away or appear distracted. Give them your complete attention. You cannot give good, great customer service if you're always looking at your cell phone texting people. If you're trying to update your Facebook page at the same time, you've got to do this and be sincere about it. Apologize. It's amazing how much an apology goes, how far that can go. If you do it in terms of being sorry that the customer's disappointed, don't state or imply that there's something wrong, there's a fault, because there may not have been, but you really need to mean it. Your customers pay your paycheck. They need to know that if something happened to disappoint them, that you're sorry about it, and you'll see what you can do about fixing it. Again, don't admit fault, because there may not be a fault. Just make sure that they understand you're sorry their disappointment, and you're going to see what you can do about fixing it. Make sure we clarify. When appropriate, repeat back what the facts of their customer complaint is, and then make sure that you understand it by telling it back to them. So there's no misunderstanding, so then you know how to really work out their problem. And then explain what could have happened, and certainly make sure and understand, explain what you can do about it. Don't blame anybody in your explanation, not the customer, not yourself, not the company, because blame is not the issue here. There's something that's happened, either real or perceived, and your job is to be professional and solve it. Make sure that it's clear and favorable to other staff and organization. Again, if you start blaming the company or the organization, then that just adds to the customer's angst. It doesn't help with their situation. Agree, and what I mean by that is agree with the customer about what the next step should be, and really only suggest things that you know that you can do, and then if you need to get some help from your supervisor, do that. But if you know the company's not going to let somebody use a truck free for a month because their truck was dirty, don't promise that, because if you promise things that you really can't do, really it's going to just make it worse and worse. Promise a little bit less than you know you can do, and then give them more than you could do. If you promise, you know what, I can let you use the truck free for the rest of the afternoon, and you really can let them use it for 2 days, well then say, you know what, I just checked, go ahead and use it tomorrow too. That really will go a long way. If you say more than you can do and you have to back off, that makes the situation worse. And then take action. Again, whatever within your policy you can do, whatever it is you can do, because nothing will aggravate your customers more than if there's a delay in resolving their complaint. Act swiftly, take action, make it a priority, because otherwise it's going to get worse if things linger. The bottom line here is, and this is really what the whole point of this exercise is that you as a self-storage manager or an operator, you have the power, using really your superior customer service skills, to ensure the success of your storage facility. There's no other business that I'm aware of that is so manager-centric to the success. Most of your customers know your name even if they don't know the company's name. They depend on you. They're renting in all likelihood because of the confidence they have in you and your abilities. So you have the keys to make that facility either succeed or not succeed. You have a lot of power in your hands, so you can make that happen with your superior customer service skills. Really, providing superior customer service isn't expensive, but it's unbelievably valuable. It's not expensive to take care of problems. It's not expensive to keep the bathrooms clean and make sure the weeds are pulled and make sure that doors are fixed and to make sure that light bulbs are taken care of. That's important to do. You can eliminate a lot of customer service issues by looking at some of these little things. Again, it's not expensive, but it's unbelievably valuable. And lastly, this rule works awfully simply. It's just learn how to treat people how you want to be treated. Think about the last time you went to a business and you felt slighted, that felt like you got lied to, felt like they didn't do what you wanted. How did that make you feel? If you use that as a reference point, you need to go out of your way to not want other people to feel that way. We need to go out of our way to provide a superior customer service that relieves a lot of pressure on our rates, relieves a lot of pressure on how always having to give things away and always be putting out fires to address issues. Let's be proactive. Let's be professionals and do it the right way. So thanks for logging in for today and listening to this little quick few minutes. Hopefully this will help you really be a more professional, better manager, enjoy your job better, do a better job, and happy renting out there. Thanks.